E-reader or paperback? It is such a huge topic of discussion, and now we're gonna have that little chat and figure out which will be best for you. Hiya, so I've owned a Kindle for a couple of years now, and I've still been buying paperback, so real physical books in that time. I haven't switched or stuck to either one. I love them both, so I figured why not have a little pros and cons kind of discussion. I want to start out with a pretty personal reason. I live in Ireland, which means that the weather is awful for pretty much all of the year. You have no idea. In September, when it's supposed to be autumn and lovely, I sometimes have to wear my winter jacket, and with my Kindle, it's nice and small enough to fit into my winter coat. And if you're like me and you like travelling, and you go on some form of transport which has Wi-Fi, an e-reader is absolutely perfect because you can download books while you're on the bus. Buses have free Wi-Fi now, at least in Ireland, and Ireland is usually really behind on these things, so I'm guessing where you are they may have free Wi-Fi too, which means that you can download any book you want, and it's pretty cheap usually. I know that you're going to think, oh, you could just go to the library though, it's free, and if you damage the books, well then it's their problem, which is an awful attitude to have. Don't do that, don't damage books. But you're probably thinking, oh Jessica, if you're worried about the cost of it, then just go to the library. I hate libraries, I can't handle them. I really have a huge dislike for libraries personally. I have social anxiety. Well, I kind of have social anxiety, kind of general, I'm not sure where I stand now, but I have anxiety anyway. And when I go into libraries, I can't deal with it. It's too quiet. It makes me so uncomfortable, and I just want to get out of there as soon as possible. So if you're like me and can't handle libraries, then Kindle Unlimited is probably the thing for you. It's like Netflix but with books, and a lot of the books aren't great, but they kind of give you something to review and really sink your teeth into it and be like, oh, this is awful, I hated this, the characters were so bad and so underdeveloped and the whole world building was so blue. In saying that, e-readers aren't the be all and end all. There's a reason for why we still have paperbacks. First of all, some people love the smell. I never really got that. Like, sometimes I read a book and I'm like, yeah, I can smell the smell. I'm not enjoying it. It's not something that I look forward to when I'm buying a new book, getting to smell it. But I know that some people really do love that. Maybe it's just because growing up I didn't often buy my books. I got them from the library and stuff, so I didn't actually experience that, and I never grew up with a love for the smell of books. But if you're into that sort of thing, I'm not going to judge you. I know it's a popular thing, so you know, just keep doing you. I'm not sure which one you could like spray with perfume and have it work better if you were really into like book smells and stuff. Maybe not like the new book smell, but maybe you just want all your books to smell pretty or to experience nice smells when you're reading, so you'd spray your perfume. Would it work better if you sprayed them on a book or on your e-reader? I'm not really sure. Maybe on your e-reader's case, because if you got on the screen it might not go too well. I don't know. Sometimes actually this is such a head wrecker. I'll try to highlight a sentence and instead it'll just highlight the first word and it'll give me the dictionary definition of it. I'm like, yes, Kindle, I know what the word I means. I use it all the time when I'm talking about myself. Why do you think I'd be confused about this? I'm trying to just highlight the sentence that comes after the I. Something that I really love about paperbacks is that you can share the story with someone. So you can just hand them the book and be like, here, read it, take it, experience this glorious magic, and give it back to me then in perfect condition. Please don't destroy the book, thank you. So when you have an e-reader, you can't exactly just hand them your Kindle. You're going to want to keep it. So you're just going to have to kind of recommend to the person like, hey, you should download this, or hey, you should buy this. In saying that, sometimes I don't want to actually hand people my books and be like, here, you should read this story, because I want them to buy the book for themselves and support the author, but I also want them to experience the story and develop a love for the author. So like, what do? Is it better to give them a lend of the book and let them experience it and then they'll love the author forever? Or do I just make them buy the book, because then if they don't like it, they'll probably hate me. Books are a bit harder to break. Like, I woke up one morning and I opened my Kindle and there was like this little kind of beam of light sticking out of it. It's like the inside of the screen is just very slightly cracked. That's gonna be awkward to replace. I'd imagine I'd just have to get a new Kindle if I wanted to get it fixed. So they do break, whereas books, they don't really. They can get like tattered and pages can fall out and stuff, but it's pretty hard to actually break them so that they're unusable. Whereas Kindles and e-readers, if you get a bit of water onto them, like, you're pretty much done. If you're really into saving the environment, which I am, I freaking love global warming. No, I don't. I love preventing global warming awareness. If you're into that like I am, you may be thinking which is better. Now, at the end of the day, I don't think it's making a huge difference whether you go for an e-reader or a paperback. Because when you think about it, the e-reader is going to require electricity to work off of, and if you're one of those people who like leaves their e-reader on or their lights on or their computer on when they're not using them for hours, then that's a waste of electricity and you're bold, and that's really bad for the environment. But I read somewhere that it was like 23 books that you need to read on an e-reader so that you can say that it was like environmentally conscientious of you to get it, because otherwise just like causing more harm than good. So if your e-reader causes you to not buy 22 paperback books, then you did a good job. But if you only get and read like 2 books that you will have gotten in paperback, you need to up your game. If you feel really passionate about e-readers or physical books, or you just don't really care, let me know in the comments below, or let me know why you chose one over the other, because I'd love to know where BookTube stands on this. I'm sure it's a very dividing issue for the nation of BookTube. Is it a nation? Are we one nation, or we're a community, but are we an internation because we're from all different countries? I'm not sure now. Let me know about that in the comments down below as well if you want. Are we a nation, an internation, or is it just a community? Because community is very weak words towards nation. It's so powerful. I make videos like this every Thursday, so if you're interested in bookish videos, please subscribe to me up here, because we will both enjoy this if you just make this one simple action. I will love you, you will learn to love me, everything will be brilliant. But seriously, thank you very much for watching. I super appreciate it, and salon.